Hey everyone!
Welcome back to Coffee with the Klines.
Cheers.
If you
Good
did
morning.
not get to join us last week, Devin and I are going live every Wednesday, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, no matter where we're at. So you can expect to see us on the live every Wednesday to chat about lots of different things. So
Good morning wherever you're at in the world.
Good morning. We always like to hear, where are you coming from? What gym are you coming from? Or maybe you're not part of a Burn Boot Camp gym. Thank you for following us anyways. Thank you for being here. But yeah, we'd love to hear, how is everyone doing today? Happy Wednesday, the day after Election Day.
And who's
It's a
got their
good day.
workout in today? Yeah. That's very important.
Not me. I'll be going
Not
at
yet?
noon.
Okay. Where's my morning people at? So happy you guys are here. This is an opportunity for you to there's a comment box right there. You can just drop some questions in there. If you have them, comments, let us know where you're from. Most of you know how to use IG. And we have some things that we want to talk about, but really just, casual conversation, just like, it's like we're having coffee together,
But I'm really having water.
You are.
I've given up caffeine. I'm going on week 6.
So talk about that whole process, because I've seen you do it at the house, but I don't really exactly know what the
why I'm doing this. Why I'm being a crazy
all I
woman?
saw is some report that you got back. You were talking to some lady on the phone for 2 hours to
Yes.
tell you about your report, and then you did a bunch of stuff that
I did.
pretty
I did
crazy
the
after
Dutch
that.
test. I did some blood work. I'm working with a functional doctor to balance my hormones. I had 3 babies in 5 years, and I was like, okay, they've got to be out of whack, and I wasn't feeling my best, and I want to feel my best so I can do my best. So my cortisol levels are way out of whack, my adrenals are out of whack, my estrogen, my testosterone. So lots of good stuff that I found about my body, and now I'm getting ready to, I am in the process of trying to heal a lot of that and rebalance. So I went through a gallbladder cleanse, a liver cleanse, and now I'm focusing on supporting my hormones.
So what's the practical? So you're obviously not drinking caffeine, period, right?
Yeah,
And
I've cheated a little bit here and there where I've had a little something. It was in the Dominican, I had a Coke.
Yeah, but you were giving up.
Yeah, so I typically...
You've given it up.
I was getting to the point where I'd wake up, I'd have a cup of coffee, I'd usually have a second cup as soon as I got into the office, and then I'd have pre-workout at noon for my workout, and then I'd have an energy drink at 2.
Yeah.
So I was obviously it was just a vicious cycle of depending on caffeine, and then of course still not even feeling very energized and crashing. And so I'm trying to retrain my body that I don't need caffeine to be energized. And so I'm drinking mud water. Not sure if anyone's heard of mud water, but it's like a coffee replacement. It's got a lot of good adaptogens in there, and it's mushrooms, and it's like a powder that you mix with water, and then you froth it up, and it's good.
Yeah.
So I'm good. I'm satisfied.
Are you feeling the difference? Are you feeling the effects?
Yeah, you and I just got back from a trip to the Dominican Republic, and so of course I ate and drank more than I normally would, but prior to that I was feeling really good. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you
great
because
journey.
you've done it. You're not done with the time frame that you wanted to do it in, but you stay. You said you were going to do it, and you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it.
Sticking to it. I think a lot of people need to, including myself, reconsider their caffeine consumption.
Yeah.
Because Matt and I did a trainer talk the other day, which you guys can find on YouTube. And we talked about caffeine, and the range is really from 0 to 500 milligrams. Now, 500 milligrams a day that's a lot of caffeine, and that's probably on the borderline dangerous side. But most things that you read out there will say 0 to 500 milligrams, and I'm usually at the max.
Well,
I'm probably at about 400 on a daily basis.
You wake up and have 2 to 3 scoops of Ignite.
Yeah, there's 80.
And then
I don't drink a ton of coffee. Only coffee.
Yeah.
This is the only. I had some coffee in the Dominican, but I have not been drinking coffee every day. I got it. So I used to not drink coffee at all. Do you remember those days?
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, we used to never.
Kids.
Yeah, we had kids.
Yeah.
They make you want to drink some coffee, don't they? Yeah, I love them.
Especially right now, we have 2 sick kiddos at home, and so we've both been up more than we want to be during the middle of the night.
Off and on.
So I'm feeling a little tired today. I'm not feeling the best myself, but here we are.
We're here. We're here.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I stopped taking my pre-workout. I eliminated all caffeine. I saw that question come through. I know there's a lot of questions, and our phones are too far away, so we're going to try to get to them as much as we can.
I can read them. What do you have? You got LASIK surgery a long time ago. Is it going
I've got
away?
like a filter on my phone, and it's
Oh, okay. Do you guys have any
family traditions of the holidays you would like to share?
Oh, that's a good one.
Good question. We are having Devin's sister in for Thanksgiving. So Cheyenne, shout out to Cheyenne if she's watching. She's coming in for Thanksgiving, so we'll be in North Carolina. She's got 2 little boys with a third on the way, so we're excited to see our nephews and let the cousins play. So Thanksgiving, we normally stay here, and then for Christmas...
Can we stay in Thanksgiving real quick? Because you're so familiar with this because you do it every year, but you make like the perfect balance of like a healthy Thanksgiving. It tastes just like traditional Thanksgiving should taste.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always come with like all of the things.
Well,
that
I remember
are so caloric.
when you and I like first lived, when we first moved to Charlotte, we did the paleo diet pretty hardcore. Remember that? Or maybe it was in Florida. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
And so I learned how to make like all the Thanksgiving dishes paleo style. And it was actually really, really good. And so I feel like I've taken a lot of those dishes and just, that's kind of like our staple. So yeah, the sweet potato mash, like we don't do the sugar and like all the marshmallows and all that junk. I know it's good, but it's not that good. It's almost too sweet. So we do like cinnamon with sweet potato mashed up with almond milk and some almond and like cashews sprinkled over the top and baked, and it's delicious.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I love cooking. So I love Thanksgiving because I love to cook everything for people. And then for Christmas, now that our kids are a little bit older, we always want to be like at our house for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, for Santa, and then usually like later on Christmas Day or the very next day, we like to go see family, whether that's in Michigan or in Florida or a vacation, whatever it is. It will probably be different every year, but yeah.
We got some questions rolling in. By the way, what test did you take? Somebody asked what test that you took.
I took the Dutch test.
The Dutch test.
DUTCH.
TCH. Dutch test.
Dutch test. And I believe you can get it anywhere, but I worked with a doctor to make sure. And she ordered it for me, and she interpreted the results for me because it's a lot of information that I don't understand. And then I did just blood work, but not what you would typically get at like a normal doctor. So you go deeper.
You'd go to like the Dutch you get the Dutch test. They would require you to do the blood work for the test.
No,
they wouldn't. So you did 2 separate lanes.
Yeah, it was just like the panel that she put me through, and there's other. If she found certain results, then we would do maybe like a hair follicle test, a test for heavy metals, and a stool test if there's like big gut issues that you're dealing with. And so I did this years ago. Devin. I've shared this before, but I did like this bikini competition, and I went super hard, very unhealthy, lost my period, and basically like just had no hormones at all, no estrogen, no progesterone, right? Yeah. So I did the Dutch and the blood and all that about 8 years ago before I had babies, and got myself back on track. So, yep, it's definitely, here's the one downside of this functional medicine life is it's not covered by insurance.
Yep,
so it's
expensive.
A commitment. It's expensive. You're paying for the tests, you're paying for the visits out of pocket. But, for me, I think like knowledge on my health is important, and knowing how I can like make different dietary changes or supplement changes or lifestyle changes is really important to me. So I don't want to go down like the traditional medical route of taking like hormone replacements and stuff like that. I want to do it naturally.
Yep. Someone asked also about rest day. We could talk about rest day. That's an interesting topic. So how many of you out here are, let's say, give me like a couple hearts if you're going 3 days a week. I'll wait a second. So like 3 days a week. And then I want you to give me a comment. Okay, drop a comment if you're going 4 or 5 days a week. I just want to see the difference, because I think when we talk about rest day, you get a lot of people that find themselves in their routine, right? They find that's the time for themselves, and oftentimes going 7 days a week is what a lot of people do, because just like me, I'm like an all in, all out mentality, And I know so many members like that. They're like, this is my sanctuary. This is the place that I get for myself. And like, I would come on a Sunday if you guys had camps on Sunday. Well, we're trying to keep you out of the gym one day a week, okay? And make sure that you get that rest day. But it depends is the answer. Let's talk about rest days. So hypertrophy is the act of maximum muscular development. So when you're training and you're lifting weights and you're in hypertrophy, what that means is that you're at muscle failure in that movement from 8 to 15 repetitions. Now, you don't want to get to hypertrophy more than 5 times a week because your body needs that time to recover. All right. And this is the distinction that I think we can have a conversation over is like, well, what is a rest day? Well, a rest day to me is when you are not fatiguing or taxing or stressing any muscles in any way. All right. So is a walk technically a rest day? Yeah, a walk is a rest day. When you go out and you walk for like 45 minutes or even a slight, jog, pick your pace up a little bit, maybe imagine like a 5 or a 6 on a treadmill. Okay, this is a lactic acid flush, and lactic acid is an inhibitor to your ability to have power output or to get to hypertrophy or lift heavy enough weights to make yourself grow. And so by flushing the lactic acid out on a quote unquote rest day, you actually are doing more than if you were to just sit around and let that blood pool, let that lactic acid pool. You're going to be even more sore. So we used to do this in baseball all the time. They call it flush day. And you wouldn't lift, you wouldn't do anything, you wouldn't throw a ball, you wouldn't tax your body in any way, and you would go do a 45-minute light jog. We used to do like a walk, jog, run, where you just walk for 30 seconds, jog for 30 seconds, and then pick your pace up for 30 seconds, and do that for 20, 25 minutes, and that will flush the lactic acid out. So it depends on what type of yoga. You could say there's power yoga that if you go to a 90-minute power yoga class, well, that's taxing, that's hard. And, that's not technically a rest day, but a deep stretch and a foam roll for 45 minutes is a rest day. And so we need to talk about recovery as, a part of this 7-day regimen. I go 5 days hard, 1 day flush, and 1 day completely rest. Mm-hmm. And that's the way that I've always done it. And this is on average over time. There's been a couple days last week where I didn't hit the gym because we were on vacation. Mm-hmm. So rest day is not all exercise is created equal. Think about it this way. You have demanding training that sits at the top. This is where you push your anaerobic threshold. You can't talk is a good way to know when you're in that demanding training. And then you have exercise, which is that middle layer. That's more like a cycling or a light jog or a swim where you could talk, but you're still working and there's a purpose to it. And then you have activity where it's like just getting out and walking. And this is kind of where I would put the recovery days in. The lactic acid flushes is in that light activity day. But
cool.
All of those are movements. So I move 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And we get rest day confused with moving every day. Not all exercise is created equal. How's that?
Good question. Good answer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Holidays. I saw that come. I saw that come back through. So let's go to Christmas. Let's go to Christmas because we talked about.
I talked about Christmas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well,
you were writing notes down.
Was I? Oh, yeah.
So
I have a one-track mind, and Morgan can do multiple things at once.
I'm a multitasker. He is not. You cannot talk to him about multiple things.
I have this microphone, and when I'm looking at it, that's where my microphone goes, no matter where my eyes go.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was focused.
Very focused. Yep. We talked about our traditions.
Oh, okay.
For holidays. All right. So what else do we got here? Any questions for Devin and I that we can quickly see that we will?
What functional doctor did you use? Was it local?
Yes, I'll comment here.
Okay.
After the fact.
All right. Sweet. Well, I have one for you. So okay. I'm trying to snack less at night. Yeah. It's a big problem for me.
It is.
And so I think I know the solution, but I think
I know the solution too.
Yeah.
What is yours?
Hide don't have it in the house. This Halloween candy, y'all.
It's up on the very top shelf.
Yeah, but I'm 6'2" and our kids are 3 foot nothing, so I can reach that very easily.
Yeah, we need to just get rid of that. But I think that you're not eating enough during the day. So you're
You
not
think
full.
so?
Like, you don't, like, you're not going to have your first meal until, like, probably you get home today.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a good strategy, because then from the hours that you're home, you're hungry and you're not, like, filling your body up. And so to me, like, then that, like, 10, 11, 12 o'clock hits and your body's like, I'm starving, and the first thing you're going to hit, you're not going to go make rice and meat. You're going to be like, what can I snack on? So that's my advice to you, is eat more during the day.
Thanks. That's good advice. It is. I used to do that. I used to eat, like, wake up every morning. I'm not so sure, but because it's before we had kids.
Yeah.
And so it's like I used to wake up and eat first thing, and it'd be oatmeal, and it would be a little bit of maple syrup, and it'd be eggs, and that would be like my typical meal. And what I found is, as soon as I would start that in the morning, I was so, because I trained really hard, so I was so hungry all day long.
Yeah. I feel someone just said to go to bed. You actually will sometimes fall asleep and wake up.
Yep.
And it's almost like you're, like, sleepwalking
Hungry.
in the kitchen.
I'm not sleepwalking.
I know
what
you're
I'm
not,
doing.
but I'm like, dude, he was just sleeping for 2 hours, and he woke up and just got up and went to the kitchen and ate. So, it's definitely a pattern you have to break. Like, it's you've been doing this since I've pretty much known you.
It's just gotten worse. It used to be good
gets
stuff.
worse
It used to be good stuff. And
well, it doesn't help that it was just Halloween, because normally we don't have bad stuff in our house.
Yeah. Well, not bad stuff. Let's say too many calories
like
is also a bad thing.
Or protein
Would
bars.
we agree that too many calories is a bad thing?
No matter what it is.
Yeah, so technically anything could be bad.
Yeah.
I would
just reading the comments.
I would wake up. So here's why I think it started. So I learned about the importance of casein protein when I was trying to gain muscle. A little skinny baseball player, 170 pounds. I needed to be 200 pounds to go to the next level. So I started getting up in the middle of the night because I knew, like, I needed to be in a calorie surplus so I could gain weight. So I would get up in the middle of the night, even in high school, and I would eat oatmeal and chicken, and I would get up and I would eat, like, a plate of food. Think about, like, a Thanksgiving plate of food where it's just all hearty stuff, but it was a lot of volume. And I would do that, and that's how I gained a lot of weight. Yeah. So this isn't, this was when I was, the original purpose was so that I could get swole.
Wow.
And now it's flipped, and that is not serving me anymore. I'm not eating food that helps me get stronger. I'm eating food that.
Someone agrees with me. Not eating enough.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Book recommendations.
I hear you.
All right, so I've seen a couple questions on here about, like, book recommendations, like disciplines that Devin and I have created or adopted to get to where we are with burn. So actually, our last live, we talked about characteristic traits of being successful. So you should definitely go check that out. But I think, our next live, why don't we do, like, our top 5 books?
Okay, that's a good one.
We'll do our top 5 books. So next Wednesday at 9:15, we'll bring, like, together collectively, like, 5 books that him and I mean, we've got a lot back here, but we're going to wrap up for today. But the top 5 books that him and I, like, really lean into, or things that just were like an aha moment for us, and we'll talk about those books, because I know those books are a lot of disciplines that we've created.
Yeah, that's a great one.
We'll do that next. We'll do a little book review next.
A little book review?
Next Wednesday.
Are we going to do it independently? Because I know that we share a lot of the same books, but are we going to do it independently? And are we going to do it?
I just made this up right now, so whatever you want to do.
All right, well, I need to know the rules.
Okay.
You do 5, I'll do 5.
Okay.
Well, and then we'll see which one we'll see how congruent we are. How about that? That'll be fun.
All right.
That'll be good.
I gotta make sure I can find all my good ones. I usually loan them out.
Well, hopefully they're different so that then we can get more.
10 books.
Then we can get more.
I have a feeling there'll be a couple similar ones.
Yeah, I'll bring my top 5, but I have actually 12 that I really enjoy. So I'll bring, like, the top 5. We can talk about them, and then I'll give them the other 7 just in a little tidbit.
All right.
That'd be great. All right, Morgan. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to discuss today that you saw come through?
I don't think so.
Thank you guys for being here.
A couple of you are interested in my hormonal balance journey.
Yeah, that's cool.
I will keep y'all updated. And
it sounds like I went to a therapy session today for my overeating in the middle of the night, and I appreciate you all having my back.
Maybe we just need to get some locks on the pantry.
You know what?
I've heard some people have to do that because they're like night eaters or whatever. Like,
at this point, I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not there yet. I got
Relax,
enough discipline and control in my inner world that we're gonna make this happen. Okay.
All right.
So we all have things. We all have things. Come and join us every Wednesday morning for Coffee with the Klines to talk about human things.
Yeah, and check out my new sweatshirt.
Yep.
This is coming down the line.
Check out my old
Say
sweatshirt.
yes. Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good Wednesday.
Bye.
Let's see. Bye.